Let me ask you something. When Jay-Z drops bars about Horus and Osiris, when Beyonce stands in a golden headdress channeling Oshun at Coachella, when your friend pulls out a tarot card that looks suspiciously like an African oracle system, when you see the eye of providence on the back of a dollar bill, have you ever stopped and asked, where did all of this actually come from? Because I'm going to tell you something nobody in your history class ever told you. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. The spiritual foundation of the Western world has deep, undeniable roots in one place, West Africa, specifically the Yoruba people. This isn't a conspiracy, this is buried history. And today, we're digging it up. The Yoruba are one of the largest ethnic groups in Africa, over 50 million people. Their civilization is ancient. Ile-Ife, in present-day Nigeria, is their sacred city, the place where the Orishas descended to create the earth. At the center of Yoruba spirituality is Ifa, an oracle system practiced by a Babalawo, which means father of secrets. UNESCO recognized Ifa in 2008 as a World Heritage. Not folklore, a living, mathematically complex system that predates Leibniz's binary mathematics by centuries, the same binary code that runs every computer on Earth. Then there are the Orishas, divine intermediaries between humans and the Supreme Being, Olodumare. Shango, thunder, justice, lightning. Oshun, love, rivers, gold. Ogun, iron, labor, technology. Eshu Elegba, the trickster, the messenger, the opener of pathways. You know Zeus, Aphrodite, Ares, Hermes. Same archetypal energies, different names, same cosmic forces. Between the 16th and 19th centuries, up to 15 million West African people were forced across the Atlantic. The plan was to strip them of everything, their names, their languages, their gods. It didn't work. In Brazil, it became Candomble. The Orishas were renamed as Catholic saints, but the ceremonies, the rhythms, the spiritual technology survived intact. In Cuba, it became Santeria. In Haiti, Vodou. In the American South, Hoodoo, different names, same source. And in New Orleans, Congo Square, now Louis Armstrong Park, enslaved Africans gathered every Sunday to play their drums and practice their traditions. From those drums came jazz, from jazz came blues, from blues came rock and roll, from rock and roll came everything you listen to today. The thread was never cut, it just kept moving. Now let's talk about where those roots show up today, because they are everywhere. Tarot. Most people think it's European, but the use of physical symbols to access hidden knowledge about past, present, and future, that is an oracle system. That is ancient African technology. When Arab scholars transmitted African geomantic systems into Europe in the 8th and 9th centuries, that way of knowing through symbols eventually became tarot, Kabbalah, and the Hermetic tradition. The call and response in Black church tradition. The preacher calls, the congregation responds, the Holy Spirit moves, people fall out, speak in tongues. That is not a Christian invention. That is the direct continuation of African possession ceremony. In Yoruba tradition, when an Orisha mounts a devotee, it is called being ridden. The ecstatic states, the trembling, the speaking in other voices. Identical to Pentecostal churches across America today. And Beyonce, the 2016 Lemonade visual album, the yellow dress, the river, the honey, the fertility imagery, that is Oshun, deliberately. Oshun's color is yellow and gold. Her offerings include honey. Beyonce didn't invent that imagery. She remembered it. The Yoruba tradition did not just influence the Western world. It is woven into its fabric. It was carried across an ocean by people who had everything taken from them, except what lived inside them. And they planted it everywhere they went, in the rhythm of the drum, in the names of saints, in the way the Spirit moves through a congregation on a Sunday morning. The thread was never cut. It was hidden. And now, it's time to follow it back to the source. Subscribe to the African Thread. Every video goes deeper. Drop a comment below. What in this video hit different for you? I read every single one. Share this with someone who needs to see it. This knowledge belongs to everyone. I'll see you in the next one.